Hun's Chinese, okay. Balance of power. Despite Hun's getting quite a large nerf, Slam's decided to go for Hun still. And Yellow, the legendary Hun's lover, has actually gone for Chinese. Interesting choice to go Chinese on this map. He has found his sheep quite early, so that's nice for him. And we'll not get too much idle time. We'll keep an eye on that population either way. So let's have a quick look at it. We have VNS Yellow playing in grey towards the bottom left-hand side of the map. And this is the Dry Arabia, the Desert Arabia version of Arabia. And hello. Okay, it looks like a slight pause coming out. He's got a nice wood line towards the back of his base there. Plenty of space to drop 2 lumber camps, yes. And some gold as well. Main gold towards the back, quite easy to wall off. And the front of his base is quite open. Also has some deer towards the front that he can push in towards his TC. Secondary gold, both towards the back. And it looks like he's got stone towards the side as well. Stone for Yellow, always important. Okay. So towards the top right-hand side of the map, we do have Slam playing in blue. And he's chosen Hun, so fairly standard build coming out from Slam so far. 3 on wood. I'm not too sure who he is. Maybe I know him from some time. Anyway, it looks like Slam going for the back bore first rather than going for the forward bore. That's a bit of an interesting choice coming out from him. And sending a 4th to wood, so it doesn't look like we're going to see the standard. Well, then again, with Slam, he does a rather interesting 4 vills on wood scout build instead of the oh god, Viper. Instead of the 3 on wood. Very. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. Having a quick look at Slam's map, he's got a forest towards the side of his TC, got main gold towards the side as well, so also quite an open map for Slam. I don't think we'll see him wall off that entire map. This gold is actually quite far away from the TC, could be a bit of an issue for him later on. Got stone towards the back as well as back gold as well, so that back gold is very safe to take actually. And the stone as well. Could drop a TC there later on in the game here. Take stone safely, take wood safely, and pushing deer in now for Slam as well. What about VNS Yellow? Trying to scout out the map. Scout idle for a bit there. A little unfortunate. And it looks like... Yep, second bore in for Slam now. And it looks like for Yellow, second bore as well, has a farm down already. A drush, not really possible for Yellow. He could go scouts, I mean, China, it's just so hard to drush. He doesn't have the wood for it, and with that farm down, definitely not going for a drush. We could be seeing men-at-arms for Slam. Doesn't have any farms down, but the drush, it looks like it will be a drush. He has the barracks coming up already and is going to take gold. Maybe he'll get men-at-arms later on, just go drush, transition into men-at-arms, possibly. It's quite a strong strategy against Chinese, at least, with them not able to drush defensively. And it looks like Yellow Scout, well, he's not found anything from Slam yet. He's found a lumber camp. He will miss the barracks at the front. He sees the dead deer as well. Knows that Slam is pushing some deer in. And it looks like Slam will be scouting out Yellow's base now with his scout as well. And in terms of vills, pretty much dead even. Okay, Slam actually clicking up to feudal after dropping the barracks. This is an interesting build. And a farm. So he is going men-at-arms, right? Yeah, he's going men-at-arms. But that barracks came up really early, at like a drush time. 21 pop as well. That's usually you see 22, 23 pop men-at-arms in general. You will rarely see the 21 pop Friend foe colors. Kappa Kappa, no. I think the dark grey patch makes it fine. If a lot of people are struggling to see the grey, despite the dark grey patch, then I will turn on friend foe colors. But I'm not a massive fan of it. And VNS Yellow is kind of known for playing with the color grey as well. So splitting the lumber camp now for Slam. 9 vills on wood, double lumber camp, and continuing to send those vills to gold. He really needs 2 or 3 there. Now he will have the wood for mining camp. Actually had some villagers walk back in the meantime when he didn't have the resources. He really needs the mining camp though. I guess he's just getting the men-at-arms upgrade, so just sending, no, he can't make up his mind. He's going back and forth and back and forth. He needs to garrison them so he can get the gold for men-at-arms upgrade, and then he will go and drop the mining camp now. So men-at-arms upgrade on the way for Slam, keeping up Vil production. Looks like Yellow did find the barracks. He knows what Slam's doing. Knows it's going to be men-at-arms, walling off immediately back at home in towards the TC. And what else is he doing? Well, he is already on the way to Feudal Age himself, 24 pop, and not making any militia, so definitely not going to be men-at-arms. Luring Slam back towards the TC. Is still not walled towards the left-hand side though, and will be dropping that double archery range. He does have that gold, quite safe to be taking. No, not archery range, stable. I'm surprised. I thought he would go archery range instead of stable scouts against men-at-arms. Not really keen on scouts against men-at-arms, especially in this patch with the men-at-arms getting the plus 5% movement speed. It's really hard to fight against them. Usually you would use your scouts and micro them away, but with the men-at-arms movement speed, it's just not really possible in this particular balance patch. Well, we'll see what Yellow decides to go for. It looks like it will be forward towers as well from Slam. Continuing to send some, well, he sent a weak Vil forward actually. Maybe, no, probably just a wolf on the way. Not seeing any dead wolves. So perhaps he just sent a low health Vil forward accidentally. Starting to take down that barracks from Yellow slowly but surely, and it looks like Slam also has some spearmen back at home. Just to defend his economy, a tower on that gold as well. Like I said, that gold going to be a bit of a problem for him later on in the game, but not if he towers it like that early in the game, and not looking great for Yellow right now. Getting his archery range only now after making 2 scouts. So wasting all those resources on a stable, 175 wood just to make 2 scouts. Definitely not the best move from him. I'm not too sure what the plan is for him. I guess in Castle Age, maybe if he didn't want to go crossbows, he could have gone nice with the stable, but at this point in time, it's just causing him a lot of trouble. A waste of a lot of resources while Slam's men-at-arms are untouched. He's got archers coming out as well from that forward archery range and blacksmith, and already has fletching on top of it all. Now Yellow trying to throw up a defensive tower, but that tower is very far back. It will not secure him any of that stone. He did wall up off the left-hand side of the map, but he's not on gold yet. Got a few idols. Scouts can't do anything to help him defend back at home. That tower's going to have to do, and the tower will get completed just in time. Quickly garrisoning it up, but Slam's just going to move right under that tower, and it looks like Slam is pretty much on point today. Playing drastically differently from the other day that I watched him play against Mentalist really well. Microing those units well, starting to take down that tower. The men-at-arms, of course, being so strong against that tower, taking it down so quickly. Scouts from Yellow now coming in to try and deal with this, but the tower's almost down. And the men-at-arms, in fact, will be starting to take down those scouts as well. Looks like Slam might lose his army here, but Yellow, well, he's repairing the tower, so managing only just to keep the tower up, but Slam still has where is Slam going? Oh no, this is really, that's not the best move by Slam there. Did lose 1 Vil under the tower. Looks like he's going to lose the other 2 to the TC, with Yellow doing quick wall off and forcing him past the town center, while Slam is, not sure, not paying attention there. He was in a fairly decent position until he gave away those Vils for free. Not too sure what that was about. Really good defense from Yellow though. And it looks like Slam gonna drop his second archery range back at home. Quite defensive now. So maybe thinking that he is really behind now. Or at least he needs to have those units defending back at home with that second archery range so far away from the first. He knows that in terms of resources he's got to be ahead and closer to going Castle Age simply because of the fact that he has not had to make all those skirmishes, which Yellow has had to make, and Yellow probably not on gold yet. Finally on gold now, towards the back where it's safe. He's got that tower, he's got the walls, not going to go towards his main gold, not going to take his main gold rather, where it's a little riskier. And Slam just going to defend now. So play defensive. Losing more units when you're being aggressive is quite normal. And going to play the eco game. Click up to Castle Age soon. Just saving up those resources. About to click up within 30 seconds. Having Wheelbarrow earlier than Yellow as well. Keep in mind, of course, that the Chinese bonus in terms of farm cost did not actually get nerfed. It's only it's still plus 45 food per farm for Chinese in the balance patch. It's a team bonus, of course, and they do start with 5 villages instead of 6, so just forgot to mention that, and you get plus 50 food. So the fact that their vill counts are so much in favor of Yellow right now is not a good thing for Slam, since they should have been pretty much dead even. And losing those 3 vills at the front, and no doubt a bit of idle time as well for Slam, it seems, is gonna cost him a little, but he is on the way to Castle Age, so let's see what he can do with it. Why is Slam playing badly these days? Well, it happens. He doesn't get the wall off because that vill was standing in the way. Almost getting denied on his walls, and Yellow having fletching now as well in those skirmishes, and Slam is going to be forced off of that wood line towards the right hand side. Gonna have to send all those vills to the wood rather at the back. Is taking stone with 1 villager to build extra TCs in Castle Age. That tower on his gold rather is going to pay off for him now. Going to help those archers micro against those skirmishes as well, but he's not garrisoning many vills inside, so it's not actually doing that much damage. I think it's almost worth the vill idle time just to garrison in that tower, because those skirmishes are so strong right now, and Yellow just doesn't even care. Slam's forced away with those archers until he can get the crossbow upgrade. It doesn't seem like he can fight against this army. Bringing those vills in just to help fight against those skirmishes. 4 villagers now, just chasing those skirmishes away. Gonna conserve those archers. Make sure he doesn't lose too many more before he reaches Castle Age. Keep in mind the crossbow upgrade is more expensive in the balance patch, with a 50 food cost increase as well as a 50 gold cost increase. So it's 175 food, 125 gold to get the crossbow upgrade now. And those skirmishes still being such a nuisance. Looks like Slam is getting Bodkin arrow, but not crossbow upgrade. And Yellow now on the way to Castle Age himself. Dropping extra stables as well, so we are going to see some knights out from him. That's going to be pretty nice. Going to be able to raise Slam's economy, which is quite open. And it looks like just going to make a stable and some knights from Slam just to deal with these pesky skirmishes. Now fully upgraded. Got the +1 armor as well as the fletching upgrade. And he's actually walled there even though it's open. He doesn't know that. Hasn't done enough scouting. And Yellow just looking so strong in this game after that clutch tower defense. I would say if that tower went down, it was pretty much going to be a hard game for him from that point onwards. And Slam going to do some quick fancy walls in towards that tower. That wall didn't really do too much. And Yellow just trying to get as much mileage out of those skirmishes as he can. Meanwhile, we see Slam heading across the map, finally getting the crossbow upgrade. Like I said, quite a bit more expensive than it used to be. It's an extra 100 resources in total. And going to be using those 8 crossbows soon to be to try and see if he can pick anything from Yellow's economy. Unfortunately for him, Yellow is fully walled on the right hand side with houses as far as I can. Is that a gap between the house and the cliff? I can never tell. Like, it looks like it's fully walled. And he also, of course, is walled on the left-hand side, and Slam has to go past the TC if he wants to do any damage. Now Yellow gonna transition into Knights, the stronger economy really paying off for him. Getting the crossbow upgrade as well as bloodlines and +1 on those Knights at the same time. And he is still almost 10 villages ahead of Slam. Not paying attention to those Knights though, losing 1 to free to those 143 rather, to those crossbows from Slam. And now going to head across the map with his own crossbows and skirmishes. See if he can pick a few more villagers from Slam's woodline there on the right-hand side. In the meantime, looks like Slam will be forced away. Does have that second TC up and running, as well as a monastery coming out. Just expecting those knights from Slam after seeing the double stable, as well as the upgrades on those knights, no doubt. But he's got to be careful because there's still a lot of crossbows that he doesn't have a siege workshop to deal with. And there we go, there's the TC on the back stone as you would expect. And let's see, nope, yellow does not really want to run into two TCs there. We're going to see some magical micro from Slam. It's going to have to be magical if he wants to use 8 crossbows to kill off about, what is that? 5. Okay, so that's 16 units there from yellow, with just the 2 skirmishes in, so double the number of ranged units there for yellow. And now gonna break that palisade, wrong palisade rather to break there for yellow, wasting a little bit of time there. And sending his knights forward now as well, +2 armor on those knights. And he does have a third TC going up as well, so it's not like he's just fully committing to the pressure and not booming back at home either. He's got a really, really nice economy going. That Chinese bonus just kicking in more and more for him. And what's he doing? Nope, can't decide on what he wants to do, it seems. Cav archers, of course, are cheaper in general in the balance patch. They cost 10 gold less for all civilizations, but Huns in particular did get a slight nerf, and by slight I mean quite a large nerf to Cav archer bonus. It's only -10% in Castle Age instead of being -25%, so that's pretty significant even when you factor in the 10 gold cheaper cost overall. And I've not seen players go for Cav archers in early Castle Age pretty much since in the balance patch, since the earlier stages of the game, but it seems like we are seeing some magical Slam micro with the Mangonel coming out from Slam from that siege workshop, killing off about 6-7 crossbows there from yellow. But now the knights from yellow coming in with the +2 armor. Slam can't really fight with this army, he's gonna have to micro this perfectly, but yellow going for the Mangonel first, monks out for Slam. He's going to try and convert some of these knights. It looks like he might get at least one knight. Only 1 knight. Okay, that's not so great. And it looks like... no, he got 2. Okay, 2 knights. That is fine then. 2 knights. Yellow still has 4 + 2 knights left. But another monk coming out from Slam. And he will be able to defend, throwing down a 4th TC as well. And all of a sudden, despite the scores, it seems like Slam is bringing the game back ever so slightly. 53 to 70 vills. The vill disparity has increased over time. But on the other hand, with that 4th TC soon to be up and running, it looks like Slam will be able to catch up quite quickly in terms of vill count. And as long as he can defend back at home, he should be able to have a stronger economy. However, bad news for him, yellow's resources looking really good. Looks like he will be able to click up to Imperial Age shortly. And Slam is really far away from clicking to Imperial Age. So that's another thing for in yellow's favor rather. So even with the 4 TCs protecting all of his economy, if yellow decides to go for Cavalier, which I don't think is a terrible choice in this situation, I don't think there will be too much that Slam can do. Does seem like yellow is taking the stone, getting ready for a castle there. A lot of stone in the bank already, close to enough for a castle. Even with the dark grey patch, I guess. Thing with Friendfoe color is it will switch over as I'm switching between players, so it's going to be red and blue at different times. Slam will be red sometimes, he'll be blue at other times, and that's just the way Friendfoe works. I'll be using names anyway, so if that's fine with you guys, that's fine with me. So Slam now throwing down that castle, yellow on the way to Imperial Age. And like I said, yellow is closer to going imp than Slam, which is a big problem for Slam. Yellow also has more economy, 84 to 73 villages. He's taken less damage and he is up so much earlier than Slam. Getting forging now as well, so it does look like he will be going for that Cavalier push that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Perhaps I will ask Yellow to change his color to yellow after this game, see if he's willing, just for the viewers, but it does look like Slam managing to pick off a few more, well, convert a few more knights and pick off a few villages there, where Yellow is trying to throw up a castle on that hill, but Yellow just has too many knights here, and they are almost fully upgraded castle age knights, more than 70, well, 60%, okay, so it looks 70%, but 60% up to Imperial Age for him, and Slam is just about to click Imperial Age now, so Slam is going to be a good 2 minutes behind Yellow to Imperial Age, and in the meantime, I don't know if is he doing the right thing. He doesn't have any extra barracks coming out. He doesn't have any extra monks coming out either. It seems like Slam is going for the Tarkin push that he loves so much. As he says, if he's going for Tarkins, it's because he feels like it's a legitimately strong strategy, and it looks like Yellow is also going to be making Chuko Nu, so not only Cavalier, but Chuko Nu as well. Might transition into Light Cav a little later on if the game gets that late, just to conserve gold, but for now, in Imperial Age, that's almost 3 minutes before Slam, and getting the Cavalier upgrade, getting plate barding armor, and what is Slam's response? Extra castles to defend his economy, but where is the counter for the Cavalier? Not too sure about this. Okay, Yellow's just run into 2 castles with those knights. That's not nice. That's not nice for him. He's also lost a couple of vills running into castles so far. And the vill count, well, it looks like Slam is catching up now. Yellow gonna throw up another castle, making trebs to start taking down those castles from Slam. Really wants to be raiding with those knights, soon to be Cavalier, rather than running back and forth with them, and I think that's what he'll be doing very soon. Slam's economy, other than these 2 castles, is not that well protected. He's got a couple of TCs, but nothing that Cavalier with plate barding armor would be scared of, and now Yellow heading around the side. Is he not going to raid? Okay, he is going to raid with those Cavalier, and just defending that second castle coming up on that hill. Both of his castles quite close together though, so just something that he has to keep in mind when he is defending that hill rather. Just heard something downstairs, sorry, excuse me for a sec, while I just look in the direction and not move. Looks like Yellow now starting to raid. Slam is in Imperial Age now as well, and looks like Yellow hasn't managed to do too much with that earlier Imperial Age, but the second trebuchet is about to come up, and why is Yellow throwing away villagers? You can't afford to throw away villagers just yet. I mean, your eco is looking nice and everything, and you're in a good position, but you still can't afford to throw it away. And now Slam's starting to lose those farmers. Yellow's Cavalier heading towards the back, getting more upgrades. Iron casting complete on those What are you doing? Anyway, Slam, he's had enough. That's GG anyway. He just didn't have anything to counter the Cavalier or those trebs on that hill. The double castle protecting those trebs really well. And unfortunately, the Tarkin rush too late. These 2. Anyway, in terms of achievements, gonna have a quick look. So 61 to 57, 61 to 53 killed rather. Looks like some died to wolves and various other miscellaneous things. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe killed his own units. Buildings raised. 29 to 21 largest army. More food for Yellow, more wood, little less stone, and more gold. So quite a bit stronger in terms of economy for Yellow. And it looks like faster Imperial Age for Yellow compared to Slam. 134 relic gold, 1 relic captured for Slam rather, and 3 castles in total to 2, 104 to 94 vil high. Okay, I'm gonna quickly change the scores. First game goes to Yellow. And it will be Slam's home map. Need to change my status. Right. If you guys want to spectate, please ask the players themselves. Don't ask me. It's not up to me. I don't get to choose. If they feel like allowing people to spectate, then that's their choice. But I have no say in it, so... Okay, Rooster don't have, I think. I think that Slam's home map will be Rooster. He's, I saw roster from yellow, so I'm assuming he means Rooster. And that must mean that... I don't know why Slam doesn't have the map. Maybe he doesn't have the latest version? Perhaps? I'm not too sure. And no, only if Slam and Yellow agree. One, doesn't matter how many times you message me. If they're fine with it, then I'll give you the password. Otherwise, no way in hell. Not happening. Rooster? Let me check. You said roster. Yeah, actually, there's no rooster. Okay. Well, either way, it looks like Yellow figured that out, so it's fine. And they have launched the game, so we should be getting underway soon. I assume that if he doesn't have Rooster, he might go for Loch Ness or something else. Oh, you can call for Revolution, that's what I have the ban hammer for. You know, I'm excited. Give me the opportunity and I will use it. Just kidding, guys. Sort of. Let's have a look at the map, and it looks like he did choose Loch Ness. Yeah. So Slam wanted to go for the water map. Bit more safe, I guess, is what I would call it. A little more standard. As long as your micro and macro on this map is on point and you're a little careful, and by a little careful I mean you wall early enough, it's going to be just full water map and Grush builds. Nothing out of the ordinary. You can see both players have gone for Vikings, so you're not going to see anything like unlikely to see anything out of the ordinary on a map like this. It's most likely that both players will play it very standard. And it looks like Yellow's actually chosen red this game. No, I still have Friendford colors on. I bet he's still grey. No. Interesting. Well, Yellow has chosen red, guys, so Yellow, listening to you guys, I'm not sure why he decided to choose red this game, but he's not grey. Maybe he struggles to see grey on this map. I'm not sure. Either way, VNS Yellow, for the first time in a long time that I've seen, he's not chosen grey. Alright. Well, very standard water map builds coming out from both players, no doubt. Expecting to see eventually 5 on wood, unless we see a more greedy Juan style water map build. But I don't think that's a good idea on a map like this. It's not quite like Team Islands where you can dock towards the back. This is reminiscent of Baltic, but with smaller water in the middle for me. And less extra sheep. Yeah, no extra sheep. Anyway, it looks like Slam will find all his resources, pushing 1 deer in as well, nice and early. Something to consider is if you get the deer pushed in really early on maps like these, you can click up at a really fast time. So we saw, who was it? Ree being cold, okay. So Ree being cold before 4 minutes for yellow, and that means he has no more restarts. It was a little lacking. Well, the thing is, with water builders, if you're playing well, it doesn't matter. And if you're playing badly, obviously, you're going to lose on a water map because it's so standard. Most of the time, unless you're doing something very, very interesting. But I wouldn't expect that. Well, Juan, you're in luck. Yellow's just said, give you the password. But I only asked for you because you won't stop bloody nudging me. Let me have a look. I'm gonna change my settings actually. I'm gonna have alerts and sounds. Messenger. Which one is it? Yep. And I'm gonna put myself on Do Not Disturb. So if anyone wants to, if anyone has anything that they need to say, please come to Twitch chat. And yeah, like if you have a specific strategy in mind, then you can do that. Can I ask Yellow to be Yellow? No, it's too late now, but he was Red last game. Yeah, but you have to realize that Tato, everything that he's used so far in Bop that I've seen, it's all been planned out. He's practiced it, you know, the tower rush, all of that sort of thing, those sorts of strategies rather. He's practiced it a lot, he's worked it out, he's obviously put a lot of work into it. So it's not something that is on the fly, right? Whereas for a map like this, Loch Ness, I really don't think that you're going to get away with something like that as much as you can on some other maps, especially because it's such a standard water map. So if you go for any civilization other than Vikings, it's pretty obvious that you're doing something that probably doesn't involve water. Unless you're brilliant. I mean, it's just really difficult. No matter what civ you pick, it's going to be kind of obvious what you have planned, and on a map like this it's quite easy to counter. You can wall off the sides quite easily. If players are watching for a forward, say example, or land pressure coming in, it's just really risky. I don't think it's worth it on a map like this. Is this just Baltic with smaller water? It basically looks like a Baltic with smaller water and no tail. You know how Baltic always has that little tail of water? Yeah. That's what I would call Loch Ness. That seems a good way to describe it. Once again, looks like I'm going to use friend faux colors this time, since Yellow forgot to choose his favorite color last game and decided to call a re. Was that because he was not great? I don't know, but potentially one of the reasons. Interesting placement of that first lumber camp coming out from Slam. That is a super risky spot to place that lumber camp, right up next to the shoreline. So if he loses water, he's going to lose that the use of that lumber camp at the front as well, pushing in the deer nice and early this time. Very important if you want to be able to click up nice and early. If you do get all the deer in, I've seen players do sub-minute 9:30 feudal age on Rooster. So not quite sure that that's what Slam is going for this game though, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It was like a perfect... Was it Jordan? I believe it was Jordan versus... who did he play? I forget. No, Anyway, Jordan got pretty much a perfect feudal age on Rooster, I believe, so that was pretty amazing. Looks like Slam docking now already and gonna wall that Vil in nice and quickly with the palisades. Means that Yellow's scout will not be able to pick off any villagers. Already got 5 on wood as well. And he has that extra house down, so he'll be just fine. And going for that second boar nice and early as well. Keep in mind, neither player wants to have loom this early in the game. So you have to be very careful when building that dock. Don't want to get that Vil lamed. What is Yellow doing? He's not able to get that second boar, it seems. He sees it, but not sure what he's got planned. He's scouting out the other side of the map, and maybe that boar just too far away. He's already got loom as well. Actually forced to get loom early here for Yellow, and that's going to hurt his rush time quite significantly. In fact, Slam is already 2-3 population ahead with his dock up earlier. No dock from Yellow that I can see either. So what is he's clearly not going on water. So Slam blocking that Vil even with loom on the villager. Will he be able to get a... No, it's not going to happen. The boar does 7 damage per hit, and Slam just gonna block it and make it go back. So Yellow having a horrendous start, and it looks like Slam's gonna pull this back unless Yellow's got something very special in mind. Don't think it's gonna be enough either way for him. Now Slam getting loom 22 population, gonna be 23, so it will be a sub 930 click up if he does have the food to click up. We'll see, it's gonna be close. He only pushed 1 deer in, so it's always very difficult to click up nice and early with only 1 deer, and it looks like he won't be able to. He's just gonna idle a little. And force drop more, idle more. And 1 food, there we go. So unfortunately it's only going to be a sub 10-minute feudal. If he had managed to click up, maybe with the extra deer. And once again blocking the board, just delaying Yellow so much. Yellow's had to farm already. Oh my god. Slam. Oh, Yellow's drushing. Okay. So Yellow going for the drush on a water map. And now you guys will see. MBL. Okay, that's right. Jordan MBL. What did you miss the first game? Well, you missed Yellow going China on Arabia, and Slam going Huns, and Slam basically died to Yellow. He did a bit of a forward. Yellow managed to do a clutch tower defense, kept his tower up and running, and, well, Slam really far on villagers after that, and Yellow's eco bonus really kicked in, even though Slam went Castle Age earlier. So now let's see whether this drush does anything. I mean, Slam's going to scout out the edge of the map. He's going to see that there is no dock. He's going to potentially find that barracks as well if he's playing this carefully, but Slam does have loom on those villagers, so that drush going to be a little less effective, and it looks like a drush FC coming out from Yellow as well. Second dock being built by Slam. Nope, that was just a wall off. Now he's going to see the drush coming in, so he's got plenty of time to react with those villagers on the gold, and just going to pull that Vil back as well. And Yellow, well, he knows where the TC is, but he's still heading for it. Okay. Almost running into the TC again. Looks like drush flush build from Yellow 29. Pop clicking up now. And only 3 farms down, so definitely not drush FC. Finally has his second boar in, now that Slam's a little distracted by his drush coming in. Of course, Slam's just going to drop a defensive tower on that main gold, as well as getting a barracks of his own. And going to make a single galley, but nothing on water for yellow, so he's just got free fish now. If I were Slam with those double docks, just get a fish boom going. Use that water advantage. Now the tower already up, and yellow's just going to lose this rush to the tower, as well as the villagers and the scout from Slam doing no damage pretty much here. And the drush is almost dead already. And what is... well, yellow's coming forward with more militia. One more militia. Okay, he's going men-at-arms and towers. But we see Slam now beginning to wall off. He's going to send that scout forward to try and scout things out, see if there are any forward villages or anything else coming out. He's going to find that vill from yellow already. Yellow making more militia, but that forward vill in a bit of trouble. He's going to see the extra militia coming in. I think Slam's going to get this vill though. Slam getting the villager, and yellow's forward vill is already dead. And no men-at-arms upgrade either. Can't afford it. Looks like he's docking now, but double docks coming down for yellow since that forward is not working out so well. Also got a lot of wood in the bank, but still no food for men-at-arms. I mean, he's now made 6 militia. And he doesn't have the men-at-arms upgrade. And he's got no water control. Maybe yellow playing some mind games here. Slam perhaps not expecting the docks, but now he has scouted it out with his galleys, and not playing sloppy this game, at least for Slam. Gonna continue walling off. He is now fully walled off, and those 3 extra militia gonna do nothing for yellow. So he's made 6 militia, now making 2 docks. 3rd dock coming up as well. No fishing boom. 3 farms down. I mean, not looking good for yellow. He is 1 village ahead, but keep in mind that Slam has 6 fishing ships now, and also has more galleys out on the water as well. In terms of military, 6 to 5, but keep in mind that 3 of those 5 are indeed militia for yellow, as well as a scout there for Slam. So Slam's scout still alive, able to scout things out, see what yellow's doing, but I think he knows what's up. 4th dock now coming up for yellow as well. He can see, yeah, you can see the 4 docks up and running with the... it's pretty obvious what yellow is going for. And now transport ship, so Slam gonna make some archers. He's already got that archery range and 2 archers out. No blacksmith yet, so no fletching. Lacking a little bit of wood, but once he does get that blacksmith up, he's got more than enough food and gold to get fletching immediately. I don't know. Yellow, yellow, yellow. What is this? This is not looking good for you. Keep in mind that back at home, yellow has no military buildings. Like, well, he's got a barracks, but a barracks isn't going to do too much to help him against archers. He's going to have to Vilbash. In good news, Slam doesn't have fletching yet, and it's only 3 archers, so he can Vilbash this down. But once Slam gets that blacksmith up and makes a few more archers, I think yellow's going to be in a lot of trouble. It's going to have to be the perfect tower defense coming out from yellow here. Slam got 5. It looks like yellow should be able to take water control now, but with Slam on land as well, this is a bit of a problem for yellow. And as you can see, immediately pulling those vills off of that wood line to try and chase those archers down, but Slam getting 1 villager, and now he's just going to run around with those archers fletching on the way as well. Let's see what yellow can do with all of these galleys. He's got quite a lot out on the water, more than Slam now, taking back water control with the 15 units compared to the Slam, well, compared to Slam's 13. And if he picks off the fishing ships, maybe he'll be in a better position. But Slam bringing those galleys in with the fletching upgrade to kill off even more villagers from yellow, and yellow now forced to run. That's 3 vills down for yellow. Castle Age on the way for Slam. And it looks like yellow finally coming in to take care of some of those fishing ships from Slam, but I think Slam's okay with that because he's gotten enough of an advantage from those fishing ships already. With that earlier Castle Age, really the most important thing. Yellow managed to take down the house, it seems, from Slam. Getting Slam a little house, but there are archers there for Slam already, and they should be able to take care of these militia quite easily. Gonna rebuild a house and wall off like that. Slam, well, almost. No, okay, yeah, yellow found the transport ship, so running away with his fishing ships for now. We have a quick look at yellow's resources. Well, spending every last resource. He's nowhere near going Castle Age without those fishing ships to help boost his economy. Another 2 villagers going down, and he's got a low health one. Slam desperately trying to get that one. If he gets that one as well, he does. That is 6 villagers dead to 3 archers for yellow. And the vill count, if we have a quick look at it, Slam is 4 villagers ahead despite clicking up to Castle Age earlier. And now he's forwarding with a forward archery range of his own. I do believe yellow is palisaded, so Slam should have some trouble getting through for like 10 seconds, depending on how many crossbows he gets out, as well as whether he decides to forward a siege workshop as well. The llama camp at the front, like I said, if he ever loses water control, he's going to be forced off of that, but it's so late in the game that I really don't think it's going to hurt him too much at all. And yellow is now fully walled on both sides of the map, and with that water control, he should be able to deny any transports coming over. Is getting the blacksmith himself finally. Wants a market as well. Consider buying his way up to Castle Age with all of that gold in the bank, and is chasing down that transport from Slam as well. Looks like Slam tried to make some extra sneaky docks towards the left-hand side, but did get found by yellow. Not paying attention to these vills though. Losing 2 villagers already to the galleys from yellow. Oh, careless, sloppy from both players here. Looks like he does still have those fishing ships alive, so a little bit of good news, and is actually going to try for the sneaky transport over on the left-hand side of yellow's base as well. Extra docks coming up. Move your lumber camp, I would say. It's worth it. But of course yellow's got a galley there, and he's going to deny that, so... Well, Slam's economy... Not too sure what he's doing. He's just trying for the docks. But yellow, he can deny this so easily with just a few galleys coming in, but it doesn't seem like he's paying attention. And now Slam with War Galley upgrade, Bodkin Arrow as well, is trying to retake water control, and... Well, yellow's galleys are out of position right now. They're not all grouped together. It looks like Slam's got the numbers, should be able to clear up all of these galleys quite easily from yellow. He's going to actually trap them at this rate. Yellow, actually, okay, he's bringing in the rest of his navy, but... I still don't think it's a great fight. He's actually got fishing ships coming in as well. Not microing well, yellow. What are you doing? He's just losing. Okay, now they're both microing. Slam's got less, but he's got a lot of docks. It's really close to where he's reinforcing from as well, and yellow's could be forced away now. Doesn't want to fight with galleys against war galleys. No fletching either for yellow this late in the game. 24, almost 25 minutes, and he cannot afford fletching. Or he just doesn't he can afford it actually. I don't know why he's not getting fletching. Just got the blacksmith too late, and that sneaky play with the drush really not paying off. I think this is pretty much GG soon for him. There we go, GG call from yellow. Was about to lose the rest of his navy, not on the way to Castle Age, very far away in fact. And Slam just so far ahead in everything. Let's have a quick look at military stats. More units killed for Slam, 27 to 19. 3 buildings lost. And 19 to 23 largest army. So he had a smaller army, but it seems like the tech advantage pulling through for Slam, and stronger economy overall as well. More food, more wood, and more gold for Slam. Faster up to feudal age. Did have to idle his TC quite a bit without that second deer push, but still a decent feudal age time for a Grush. Not perfect. 21-minute castle, also fairly early, 41 to 43 Vil high, and doing so much damage with those 3 archers as well. Okay, so we get 1-1 so far, with Slam winning his home map, and it's going to be Balance of Power Step as Yellow's home map. I'm going to quickly link the topic for the maps if you guys want to see what the maps are like, and the potential home maps that players can choose. It's looks like quite an open map in the middle with little bits of forest rather around the edge of the map. Somewhat reminiscent of Arabia without forests in the middle. Yes, they are playing live, guys, and I'm just gonna give Dan a little bit of a smack. Alright. That's your little warning, Dan. Next time I will make it a little bit more painful. I like to warn first. Thank you. Alright, so we are waiting for the game to get started. 50 seconds to go. You can use the hammer? Alright, well, I will ask you if it comes to that, because I really don't want to alt-tab to well, I don't want to alt-tab to ban Dan. That would be a little annoying, waste my time. It looks like a no TC start for the players I was looking at. I was like, I don't see a TC, but it looks like Slam, does he know this map? He's heading right to the edge of the map and dropping a TC right up against the edge of the map. It looks like Yellow's chosen Chinese. Slam has also gone China. An interesting choice. So Yellow TCing the berries, and it looks like Slam TCing the wood instead. Where are Slam's berries? Okay, Slam's berries are towards the front. I'm not so sure about Slam's TC. He's going to be very far away from his boar. Yeah, very, very far away from the boar, as well as the deer. For Yellow, he's got a deer patch right next to the TC. He's got two boar, one of the boar almost covered rather by the TC, and he's got the berries as well. Very important for China, getting that early sheep in as well. By the way, in this patch, China start with 50 food more and 10 wood more than in regular AOC, and 1 vil less. So it's essentially an extra 10 resources, but I would count that as a nerf still. So it's hard to say whether that's an advantage or a disadvantage, since you usually end up idling a TC anyway. Honestly, the 10 extra wood might be actually a buff. I really haven't done enough calculations to tell you what is better. Anyway, it looks like both players pretty much going for the same thing, taking sheep, but Yellow on berries as well. Looks like Slam heading on over to get that boar now, I believe, or is he going straight to berries? Looks like might be going straight to berries here. Keep in mind, neither player has to house because of that nice little yurt bonus that they start with. 3 little yurts plus the Chinese TC supporting 10 population means that they have 15. Okay, recall by Slam already, okay. So both players have used their restarts now. Maybe Slam not getting the best start that he was hoping for, and after re-evaluating the map has realized that he doesn't want to TC the wood, he wants to TC food sources on this map. I think it's a good call. Even though it's only 1-1, Yellow's already used his restart. And if Slam can get some momentum going after winning his own home map, if he wins Yellow's home map, then maybe he'll just roll on and he'll just win it 3-1. Perhaps that's what he's thinking. I'm not too sure. Hello, Spike. Glad you're enjoying it. And why not move TC 4 tiles over so it's on wood? I don't know. He just wants full saturation on berries. And he wanted to lumber camp the wood anyway. If you don't have to build houses as China, you can actually afford to build a lumber camp right off the bat. You know? So with the extra yurts, it means that he can build the lumber camp and not get housed. Why not? I'm sure that he's actually played and tested enough on this map, otherwise there's just no reason for him to choose it. It also seems like the sort of open map that would be great for tower rushing. I don't want to jinx it, but it's that sort of map. I'm not that much of a fan of trushes, but yellow has his own style. Okay, so my dad just walked in to judge me a little for playing, for casting AOC. Just walked on over and shook his head. I don't know what the Slam is doing the same thing. Okay, so he's decided to TC between gold and stone this time, and yellow once again gonna TC on the berries. This time, Robo, he'll make you happy. He's gonna TC a woodline as well. And he's gonna find the sheep right next to his TC. Oh, this start is just so perfect for yellow. I don't know what could make it more perfect. TC on the berries and the wood. He's got 2 sheep to scout with already. 4 sheep actually to scout with. He's got that horse. More than 4 sheep. He's got 6 sheep already. He's going to scout out the deer patch. He's going to scout out his boar. He's going to be in really nice position. And for Slam, well, actually wrong player. For Slam, he's getting looms at the start, which is what you would expect after making a villager. Well, it's no TC start, so you start with no food, I think. And now force dropping, he does have the sheep under the TC, so not the worst in the world. Found his berries, found a boar as well, and has not found that many sheep. He's got those sheep there in the fog, which he can see as well, and is gonna drop his lumber camp now as well. Whereas if we have a quick look at yellow scouting, he's found both of his boar, he's found deer patch. He's not found the other deer patches forward, but both boar. Doesn't need to lumber camp early this time around, not with that TC right up against that wood, and pretty happy. If I were yellow, I'd be pretty happy right now. He's got stone towards the back, he's got gold towards the back that he can wall off and take safely, plenty of wood to take safely as well, and well, we'll see how it goes, but I favour yellow so far in terms of the start. You can never know though. It's so hard. This early on in the game, I can only say it's a slight advantage because of this or that, and that's about it. Good news for Slam though, he will have that stone and gold safe, and actually he started with that. His berries are really far away from everything else, so perhaps he wouldn't have been able to TC the berries anyway. Looks like yellow getting very, very lucky on map generation as well. Yeah, it's a sexy TC. I agree, Amp. This map is called Step, and in the link that I provided in the chat, if you were here earlier, there's a link to the balance of power maps that can be chosen as your home map, and if you click on the spoiler, it will show you exactly what the map generation is like. So basically an overview without the players in it. Same thing for all the other maps as well. So let's have a look. Yellow now heading on forward to that forward triple deer patch. In fact, he's got a triple deer patch all together. He's just going to mill the double though, it seems. He can still get that third as well from there, and it looks like Slam's deer are really far away as well. Map generation really not favoring Slam, so he's going to have to make up for that somehow. Both players, as China, as mentioned before. What can we expect to see? Well, oh no, the horsey! Yellow! Losing his scouting horse to the TC of Slam. If we look at it, I'm pretty sure it was like a homing missile right into the TC. There we go, see. Homing missile. Straight path into the TC. Happens to me all the time. I'm telling you, there's something about AOC that makes your scouting units just go straight to the TC, so they feed the TC gods. It's not paranoia talking, guys. Happens all the time, I promise you. It looks like yellow already starting to wall off. And Slam's food is terrible. Yeah, the map generation for Slam really is not very nice. Yellow now getting lumber camp as well. In terms of vill count, it looks like Slam is ever so slightly ahead. Probably getting that TC up a little bit earlier, while yellow did scout around for the perfect TC placement, which is something that Slam did not do. And continuing the wall off now for yellow. He's actually not fully walled off towards the south though. Don't think he realizes this. There's a little hole, and I think he's assuming that the forest just extends to the edge of the map. Now we see Slam's horsey running in, and straight for the TC as well. Yellow not paying attention. He spared it. Really? He spared the horse. Well, looks like Yellow is feeling merciful today, guys. Not killing off that horse from Slam. Slam now on the way to feudal age, 24 population. A lot of farms down as well. He's starting to take deer as well near his mill, so it looks like he will be going for the kind of LN-esque build, rather. I want to say ish and esque at the same time. It didn't quite work out, guys. Also with 5 farms down, it's either with 3 on gold, it seems like an FC build, especially if he's taking deer. Anyway, it looks like Yellow's gone 25 up and is walling himself in, expending quite a bit of build time into this, and one house gonna wall himself in on the left side completely, as well as continuing to take that deer at that mill. Not having to mill his berries, also a nice advantage for him, and 3 on gold as well. Barracks going down for both players, but Yellow has of course gone up on 1 population more, and Slam's Mules are walking quite far from the berries to take that deer. Well, the thing is, Slam can't really wall his map that easily. He can wall the left-hand side, and I think he will do that. And he's walled slightly in towards his TC as well. He's just going to use those military buildings and the yurts to keep his economy somewhat safe. He's just got too much here at the front with those berries and the deer. But I don't think he's too worried because he did manage to pick off Yellow's horse with his TC. So that means that Yellow's just going to be a little short on scouting information. But this is really worrying for Yellow. He has not scouted that out. Both players having the resources to go Castle Age. It looks like Slam will be up a little bit earlier, depending on whether he has to idle or not. It seems like he's a little bit short on food, but with 5 farms down, he should be okay. Yellow with 2 farms down himself, and still those villagers taking deer, having the stable complete now, and dropping off the food. Should now be able— oh, he didn't have a blacksmith, Yellow! That's careless. That's gonna mean that Slam is gonna click up about 30 seconds earlier than Yellow. And he's just idling his TC now, so you can click up ASAP, and there we go. So same population as far as I can tell, yep. And he's up 20 seconds later than Slam. Looks like he's given up on taking the deer as well. He's just going to fully wall himself in. Still not fully walled, my friend, despite thinking you are. And it's going to be a nasty surprise for him when Slam reaches Castle Age and manages to get some knights in there. I think, let's have a look. Slam actually hasn't done that much scouting himself, so not sure. He doesn't know that it's open, but if he just lets his units, if he just clicks in the middle here, his units are going to find the path, probably, through the back of Yellow's base anyway. And what are we seeing? Well, probably single stable knights, just given— well, I can tell by the fact that Slam has 4 on gold so far, single stable knight production, and it looks like same thing for Yellow, but he's going for constant knight production here with 5 on gold instead of the 4 that you would usually see and that you see from Slam. I'm not sure why he's got 5 actually. I think 4, you're just a little bit short to keep up 1 stable production after you make several knights. But usually you're lacking the food anyway, so— Slam, resources looking really good. 2 extra TCs going to be dropped immediately when he hits Castle Age, and it looks like it's going to be a monastery in fact. Just playing nice and defensive. He has that relic as well, so why not get that relic in nice and early with an early monk to defend as well, and convert some of Yellow's knights. The advantage will add up over time, and almost has the wood for a second extra and 3rd TC rather as well soon as well. Looks like Yellow dropping that TC as well, so 5 villagers on the gold there, and just gonna use those villas to build the TC. Protect his gold piles. Both of his gold piles going to be covered by a single TC, making a knight first for Yellow, camel first for Slam. So you can see that he's playing quite defensive here. He doesn't have the wall, so he doesn't want to be too aggressive, dropping his 3rd TC as well on that secondary gold as such, if you would call it that, and making extra camel. So it's the camel boom, 1 stable camel mini boom coming out from Slam. And is Yellow making any more units? No, Yellow's just made that single knight, scouted out that Slam is going camels as well as monks, and he's just going to be booming up at home. Not going to invest too much into this. He can't really pressure Slam, not worth his time. Instead, we have Slam, who's got the monk and 2 camels out, investing a little more than yellow, and getting that 3rd TC up ever so slightly later than yellow as well. But having a look at relics, only a relic each it seems per player. So that monk from Slam, not going to do too much more. Actually making extra monks as well. So a bit of poor scouting perhaps from Slam. Just playing overly defensive it seems, while yellow is just going for the full boom. And not even making any military units at this point now. Since he knows exactly what Slam is doing and he feels safe back at home. Maybe he will discover the hole in his wall though. He's got a knight scouting things out. Camels aren't the best raiding units. They have pretty terrible pierce armor. So, and by terrible I mean like 0. And yeah, he's gonna find that hole at this rate between the gold and the forest. Come on, yellow, send that knight the right way. You're gonna find it. You can do it. I believe in you. In terms of population, well, they'll count pretty much dead even. Slam ever so slightly ahead, it seems, actually, but it's neck and neck. It really is neck and neck. And it looks like Slam wants to get his 4th TC up as well. Sending Vils to stone now. Are we seeing yellow do the same thing? No, yellow's sticking to 3 TCs, not going on stone at all. And he still did not find that hole, so extra stables coming up for yellow now, so he's gone for the single stable mini boom into knights, whereas we're going to see Slam go for 4 TCs, boom straight to imp. And I think Slam should be scouting this out a little more. He's not doing too much with those camels right now, or his little horse, scouting horse. Try and find out what yellow's up to, see if he can scout anything out. Even though yellow is walled, and dropping those stables pretty far back, so Slam's not going to be able to see them. Alright, that knight running into some TCs, just getting a bit more scouting information, knows where the starting TC is, knows where the extra TC is, knows that there's a monk there. Is he going to lose the knight though to the monk? Nope, gets away. He says no. Oh, there's another monk! It's a trap from Slam! Does he get it? Does he get it? No. Okay. Oh, Slam. Almost gets the knight. Escape of the century. Houdini that night. Oh well. 4th stable now coming up for yellow as well. Sticking to the 3 TCs though. And not taking any stone still. Quite a bit of wood being built up by him now. Maybe wants to drop a few more farms. Dropping extra houses as well. Making sure that he does not get housed. Slam, well, from the score, he can't tell too much. I know that there's been a lot of talk lately about how if you look at the score, you know what the other player's doing. Well, Slam's ahead in score right now. And if we have a look at his resources, well, he's just booming. Not making any more units, not making any extra stables. Yellow now overtaking Slam's score suddenly. That's going to be a bit of a giveaway if Slam is watching, but honestly, it comes down to scouting. He's going to see that that stable is garrisoned now. There's something in that stable that's going to give him some kind of... Oh, he doesn't see it. He's attacking the blacksmith. Slam! If he saw those flags on top of that stable, then he knows that yellow's got something garrisoned inside. He knows that there might be trouble coming. Yellow having bloodlines now on his knights. We get it. If we have a look at the blacksmith rather, he's getting scale binding armor, and now Slam will see that there's something garrisoned inside that stable. Still does not know if it's just mind tricks or if yellow's actually going for those full knights. And it looks like Slam continuing to boom. Gold shaft mining now on the way. Does not appear to be making any extra monks, no extra stables, just pure boom still for Slam. Does have his 4th TC up and running on that stone, so that's nice for him. And it looks like, is that a castle? Okay, so he's got almost enough stone for a castle as well. Continuing to scout things out, and yellow, you sneaky bugger. I don't know what else to call you. Chain binding armor on the way. That is 6 stables for yellow. Releasing all of the knights now. And Slam does not see this coming. This could be nasty. To say the least. Yellow just going full knights, and Slam, he's gonna have a defensive castle. He's going to be walled off on the left. So one palisade going to give him a full wall off, and going for the siege workshop. So he's clicking up to Imperial Age shortly. That's the plan. But meanwhile, yellow is going to run in here with all of those knights, and Slam is not fully walled. They now have chain barding armor rather. And does he get in? Well, it looks like a quick house coming up for Slam. It's going to deny yellow for a bit, but the house has gone down, and can he get in? He can! He can even run past the castle, and there are knights now. +2 armor into the economy of Slam. Slam's got nothing. Forced to garrison his TCs immediately, and things are not looking good for Slam right now. Yellow just sending more and more knights across the map. He does have 6 stables, pumping knights now. Bodkin Arrow on the way for Slam as well, just to give those TCs a little bit of extra damage, kill off those knights a little bit faster, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. Making some more relic monks. What? Relic? What? Why did he ungarrison the relic? Okay, it must be a mistake. So making some more monks to try and defend now, walling those vills in, and does get a single knight, but I don't think it's going to be enough for him. He's going to take so much damage from this, making extra TCs while he's at it, but yellow is all over his economy right now, and still, the knight pump, it continues. All TCs being garrisoned up by Slam, resources now dropping low as well, not able to click up to Imperial Age like he wanted to. Mill count 88 to 99 in favor of yellow, 42 idols at one point in time, and yet he's now ungarrisoning his TCs, but he's got that wall off up, at least, I think. He's got, nope, still open. Still open between the monastery, and the knights just continue streaming in. Those chooks are going to do nothing in Castle Age without being massed up, and I think this is GG. Slam he's going to need a miracle to hold this. He's getting a market, but even that castle's not doing enough. His population just keeps dropping, at least managing to keep that vill count, well, relatively high, but now it's dropping faster and faster. Camels now, but no upgrades on those camels. An extra castle coming up for Slam. Gonna do a quick wall off to prevent yellow from denying it, but what is yellow doing? He's killing off a house. Okay. And yellow now with still 3 TCs, it seems, back at home. But look at the red all over Slam's base. He will get that castle up, but I think yellow is just going to go Imperial Age instead. Once that castle goes up. He's done enough damage to Slam. He can just run home with his knights, defend for a bit, and it looks like that is what he's going to do. He's actually got ramped forward siege coming out from yellow as well, with those battering rams coming out. I think he should just GB though. He's saving up for Imperial Age now, as you would expect, and probably going Cavalier as well. So 109 to 88 vills. If we have a look at Slam's economy, he is nowhere near going Imperial Age. Still idling his economy. He did manage to trap some of those knights out. They can actually, nope, they are completely trapped with that market from Slam. But it's only 3 knights. And how do you get those knights in there? Oh, you must have run through the back. So you can still run back into the economy from Slam and do more damage. Yellow now coming forward to build a forward castle. He's going to start trebbing down those castles from Slam. Can't decide on what I want to say. Like, I want to say trebuchet-ing, but then I'm like, that's too long, and then I go trebbing, and then I trip myself up, but Slam actually buying his way up to Imperial, I believe. So actually not that far behind yellow. That went better for him than I expected. I thought he would just die there, but I guess a pretty good defense coming up from Slam. But he's still 23 villages behind, and yellow's got more military as well, 30 units to 22. Upgrades, well, Chuko Nu, not too much on them. Just the Bodkin Arrow upgrade. Yeah, a lot of knights. Yellow now with his first castle up, and collecting his relics as well, continuing to pump those knights from those stables. We'll be getting Cavalier, has forging now as well. Slam getting bloodlines and scale barding armor, so he's gonna go camel defense, it seems. But yellow's just gonna make some Chuko Nu to go with those Cavalier of his. It seems like he does really like playing as China, rather. He did a very similar strategy on Arabia, but obviously it was A little less aggressive compared to this game. Very aggressive game from Yellow. Look at his resources though. He's gonna hit Imperial Age with enough resources for Paladin upgrade. Whereas if you look at Slam's resources, he's got nothing in the bank. He's going to reach Imperial Age and maybe get 2 upgrades? If he's lucky? I don't know. Okay, Treb's coming out for Yellow immediately. Looks like he is getting the Cavalier upgrade. With Cavalier fully up camels with bloodlines and +1 armor, not going to be enough. And it looks like Yellow getting conscription as well, almost enough stone for a 3rd castle. And look at, he's not even spending all of his resources now. He's getting chemistry, plate biting armor, Cavalier upgrade, 2-man sword, and conscription all at the same time. Slam is getting heavy, camel, and chemistry and bracer. Heavy camel, that's nice against Cavalier, but you have 10 camels, and if he's got 40 Cavalier, it's still not going to be enough. Well, now begins the Imperial Age siege, and in terms of Vil count, 128 to 110, so Slam catching up a little, but that is, Yellow dropping that castle within range of Slam's castle. That's a little risky, but it's going to be 4 Trebs out soon for Yellow, and Cavalier now just missing the last upgrade there, and a 3rd castle about to go up for Yellow at the front as well. Complete map control going to Yellow right now. Gonna drop some outposts soon as well. It's actually not that much gold on this map. Let's have a look at his scouting. He has not scouted that extra gold pile in the corner either, so... Oh, nice! Slam coming forward with those Chukonu. Gonna pick off a Treb while Yellow's not paying attention. But that castle from Yellow is gonna go up now, and I don't think Slam wants to stay there for too long. He's picked off 2 Trebs, and he should just get the hell out of there now. That is a massive army from Yellow! Slam now retreating, but he's getting his camels there. A little caught out. Nice positioning from the Chooks. Looks like Yellow will be able to clear all of this up. Did lose 2 Trebs, but... No, don't fight there. Yeah, and he's got Cap Ram as well. Those castles from Slam gonna go down really quickly. And he's built another castle in the back. 1 castle down already. It's gonna be another one soon. And Yellow's just running in with all his light cav and his Cavalier. Doesn't even care. Siege Ram, in fact, complete now for Yellow. And let's have a look at Slam's resources. Well, he's got enough resources to make some stuff, so if he can hold, then he might be okay. Yellow is losing a lot of Cavalier to those Chukonu that Slam is managing to micro quite well, and Yellow's really not microed that fight very well against Slam's Chukonu. Slam got way too much out of that. Well, let's see what's Yellow going for now. He's still going Cavalier, light cav. Okay, what's the plan? Getting fletching now, so he's transitioning into Chukonu himself, but it looks like Slam will lose his 3rd castle. Oh, he might lose all of his castles at this rate. He will lose all of his castles. Once he loses all of his castles, what is Slam to do against Yellow, who's going to transition into Chukonu? Those heavy camels are going to be useless against Chukonu, and with Yellow already having siege rams as well, skirmishes aren't really going to be a counter either. Wow. Let's have a look. Only fletching still on those Chukonu, so he's managing to push Yellow back for now. He's going to try and start trebbing down those castles from Yellow. Yellow does have 3 Trebs of his own that he's going to protect, and he's going to try and take down these Trebs from Slam with his own Trebuchets, as well as defending them with his light cav as well as Cavalier while he gets those Chukonu going. Slam repairing the Trebs, the Treb war. Well, it doesn't look like Yellow's repairing his Trebs though. At the very least, it means he's buying time for his castles at the front, while Slam is forced to focus on his trebuchets, but that's quite expensive for Yellow there. It's 200 wood and 200 gold for each trebuchet that he is sacrificing without repairing. That Ram now moving forward to try and soak up some of that damage from the Chukonu, picking off the Mangonel as well. Still only, well, he's got Bracer now, but no chemistry for the Chukonu of Yellow. Keep in mind though, he can make Chukonu and Slam can't make Chukonu, so that's a bit of a problem for Slam. He needs to keep these units alive. It just feels like delaying the inevitable here for Slam, whereas Yellow is going for the classic light cav as well as Chukonu China combination here. We'll be able to move forward soon, probably, once he reaches that critical mass with the Chukonu, and take down those Trebs with his Chukonu. Is he getting any more upgrades? Yes, he's getting a leather archer armor for his Chukonu, as well as ballistics, and we'll get chemistry shortly as well. In the meantime, raiding with those cavalier that were stuck behind there, so killing off some extra villagers there from Slam, and trebuchets, those for Slam, still alive, and has done a pretty decent job of defending them so far. So Yellow still not willing to engage into that, does have the elite Chukonu upgrade now as well. Yellow now struggling for gold, is losing that castle, not able to repair it, not against 4 trebuchets. He really needs to find some way of, you know, getting forward, taking down those trebs. Maybe when the trebs move forward now to take down his next castle. He does have enough stone for yet another castle though, and elite skirms being made now for Yellow. Slam doing a pretty good job of staying in the game though, I will say that much. Yellow is still not finding the gold, unfortunate because it's there. In the corner, you don't see it. Is still mining gold though. It looks like he's just used the market as well. Sold off a lot of wood to get himself some gold rather. And where's that castle? The castle's going up in the back. He really needs to fight this now. He can't delay this anymore. He's reached the critical mass with those Chukonu. Otherwise he will lose another castle. That's not something that he can afford to do. But it looks like he's just gonna let it go. Well, interesting choice by Yellow. Is now popped again. Does have quite a lot of and does have those siege rams as well. Looks like he's finally moving forward after losing that castle, and is dropping extra siege workshops as well. Why is he bringing those rams back? Don't understand. Anyway, Slam just gonna retreat with those trebs now, so after he took down the castle, there's no reason for him to stay there, and Yellow just throwing Chukonu away, it seems. Shooting at a house! Yellow, what are you doing? Gotta be careful here. Yeah, now he realizes, and he's gonna pull them back, but Slam, I don't know if Slam wants to fight into this. Heavy camels versus Chukonu, not the best fight for the heavy camels. He's still managing to defend though, and in terms of population, he's sitting at 174 to almost 200 for Yellow, and those siege rams now coming in for Yellow, but he's just going back and forth, waiting for those last few upgrades to kick in, getting blast furnace now as well. But look at that, he just doesn't have his rams in position. His rams are always patrolling in some other direction, and Chukonu are quite killing off the cavalier and the heavy camels. He's actually taking a lot of damage. Much better micro coming out for Slam. If Slam pulls his back after having such a deficit early on, that's Yellow. The micro is horrendous. Losing so many Chukonu, losing almost all of his light cav as well. Slam was using those skirmishes to take down those Chukonu. He was using those cavalier as well. Oh, that was a just terrible fight for Yellow. And all of a sudden, it's looking good for Slam. Looks like he might be able to push this back from Yellow. Yellow looks like he's got one more castle coming up in the back, but he's going to lose yet another castle at the front. When Slam, with those 4 original trebs still alive, he's managed to keep them alive for so long and gotten so much use out of them, whereas Yellow basically threw his 3 trebs away. War of attrition it feels like, and Slam is definitely winning it, with that earlier transition into the skirmishes, with that better micro as well. Yeah, I mean, it just feels like Yellow had a massive advantage that he threw away with poor micro, bad timing as well. I feel like he should have pushed forward with his Chukonu when he was losing his 3rd castle. It's easy for us to say, obviously, because I can see the entire map and he can't see how much Slam has. But if he it just felt like if he loses that castle, I was watching it, I was like, if he loses this castle, it's going to make things that much more difficult for him. And it is that much more difficult for him right now. He is starting to struggle, and Slam is pushing forward. Looks like Yellow now starting to raid with light cav into the base of Slam, just trying to do something a little different because he is losing the push at the front now. Still has not found that gold in the corner either, although his resources still looking very good, his population still looking very high. But if he takes a few more fights like the last one he took, then I don't see him coming back from that. Will lose potentially one more castle. Nope, Slam's gonna use those trebs to try and take down the Chukonu instead. Chukonu not enough light cap at the front. They're gonna get cleaned up now. And Slam's just gonna continue steamrolling through, it seems. Yellow now starting to run low on gold as well, even with the stronger economy. Still raiding Slam though. The thing is, Slam is losing eco, but he's winning on the front. And his population is dropping down. So it comes down to whether this push wins in the game. If it doesn't, then he could be in a lot of trouble because he's lost so much back at home. And his Vil count actually dropped down to 69. But on the other hand, Yellow's just lost one more castle. And he could lose yet another if Slam continues to push forward. Yellow though, so much gold, so much food, so much everything in the bank apart from stone. And it looks like, yeah, well, the raid, they may have hurt Slam a little too much. They're still hurting Slam. Slam may be focusing too much on the front, so back and forth, and this time Yellow able to push Slam back, and his eco advantage just too much for Slam to handle. And GG called. So almost bringing it back from the brink of losing, I think, for Slam, but not quite making it there. And I think Yellow, that bad fight at the front of Slam space almost cost him the game as well, with Slam pushing back hard, but then bringing it back with those nice raids into the economy of Slam, doing a lot of damage, and Slam not paying enough attention, running out of resources, population dropping low as well. Yeah. Like I said, it was like really fast. The raids were in there and suddenly he lost half his eco. It was pretty big. So, well played for Yellow on that front. Really unfortunate for Slam because he was pretty close to bringing that game back. Food, quite a bit more for Yellow, about 9k more, as well as wood, 4k more for Yellow, more stone, more gold. Yellow just had a much stronger economy the entire game. Faster Imperial Age for Yellow as well, despite the fact that he went so heavy on Knights in Castle Age. Did quite a bit of damage, but was not enough to take Slam out of the game. Pretty good defense coming out from Slam, forcing Yellow to play the long game, Imperial Age game, almost bringing it back with that good fight, the nice micro, and a lot of patience from Slam. 5 castles to 4, Vilhai 143 to 126. Really good series, guys. Really good series. So that brings it to 2-1 in favor of Yellow.